Good day, YouTubers. UXO back here today with a little project. I'm going to install the ceiling fan, assemble and install the ceiling fan in my garage. It's probably going to take more than one video, so I'll probably break it into two because it requires a little bit of wiring. Depending on your layout of your garage, you may have to run a new power cable to the new junction box where you're putting your fan. I'm going to show you guys that right now, where I'm going to locate the fan and where we're going to get the power from. So I'll show you the fan first. It's just a 52-inch large ceiling fan with just a straight pull chain, so the power will always be onto it. No remote or anything and no light. We're going to install it right there where I put that piece of 2x6. Basically, you just measure between the rafters and put it up there, put a couple of big screws in there, hold it up nice and sturdy, and you're good. So the way my garage is laid out, I have double garage doors, so I have that plug right there, which is power always on. I also have another one right there, which is power always on. And that's what you want, unless you're going to use a switch. Well, we're not using a switch, so I want power always on. So I'm probably going to run a cable out of that receptacle, follow the line there, and bring it right up, and then put my new junction box right in the middle there for the ceiling fan to hang on to. So like I said, little basic understanding of wiring, as long as your power's off and it's not very complicated. Worried, hire an electrician. So I marked the center line up here already. So okay, so I shut off all the power in the garage. I'm going to go take a look inside that receptacle up there to see if there's room to run the new cable for the fan. So everybody should have one of these. This is just a energizer tester. It tells you if the wire is live or not. You can buy them at any local hardware store. So I always check the wires before I touch them to make sure, in fact, there's no power going to anything. No power. Looks like we have room. We have to put that other power cable to run to the new receptacle that we have right up there. So I'm just going to show you how I'm going to connect it. If you can see those little holes, those little black holes there, there are other places where you can push wires into. So you can see receptacle only has spaces for normally 2 sets of wire. This is running into power, and then this is running out to another receptacle. But those little black circles, you can also insert wires into there. So all I'm going to do is I'm going to push the black into this side and then push the white cable into that side, and that will energize that cable that's going to run to my new fan. So I'm just going to set the tripod up and film it. At least you know what I'm doing. Okay, so I finished running the new wire. along there and then into the new receptacle. So that piece of board I put up there has to support the whole weight of the fan. So you make sure if you're doing something like that you really fasten it well to each side, because that's going to support the weight of the fan, like I said. So next I'm going to connect the power from this receptacle and then put that receptacle back together, and then we'll put the fan together. So like I said, with that one we're just going to force the ends into those little holes that I showed you earlier, and then close it back up. Okay, so see what I mean? I forced them into the hole there, and they don't cut. You can't pull them back out. And then I connected the ground onto the ground prong. So I'm just going to put that all back together again. Okay, let's see if we get this fan together. I like to just take almost everything out and lay it all out. Each their own. That's it. So, first thing I noticed, it says remove rubber packing mounts. There's 3 of them. Probably keep the fan from spinning. It says and discard. I'll just keep them in case I need the extra screws for something. Maybe I'll lose one for the fan blades. So, first thing, it says to remove the canopy ring. Okay, so I like to read the instructions, so I read them prior. So, removing the canopy ring from the mounting bracket, and then remove the mounting bracket from the inside. Okay. So of course you can assemble the fan with or without the little extension, so you can mount it to a closed ceiling or with this little bitty extension. I'm going to use the extension because I'm up above the rafters, so I'm going to use the extension. Okay, so it says route the wires through the canopy ring, which is this. And make sure the slots are on facing up, because it's going to go in the ring, I guess. And then this ring. Makes sense why I put that in there. So now it says to loosen these two set screws. But don't remove, just loosen them, back them off so you don't feel them inside anymore. This is for the little down rod. Looks like I gotta remove this. So I can slide that down. That's the ground. This probably should be up. I don't know why they should put this on first. It's just in the way. So we line up the little circles with the holes, because it's going to be the set pins going to go in there. Maybe. There we go. And it says be careful not to crush the wires. So good luck with that. Try that, see if that works. Go through the long handled screwdriver. I'll just push the wires aside down there. Here we go. Then this piece is going to go back on to, now we're going to put this down, because this is the ball that's going to be able to cause it to rotate like that. Except that doesn't fit through there anymore. back up. Maybe we'll fit. Okay, here we go. I put it on. It's just goes. You can see the screw there, the little silver screw in the black. That's just 2 screws go up and it just slides on. Pretty simple. There's a little slit in the ball. That's it. There's a little safety wire where that, if you can see it, right there, that little metal wire with the ring hooks into that little, it's a safety thing, so if the ceiling fan falls, it got this to hook on to keep it from hitting your head. So I'm gonna put that in the side of that 2x6 I put up there and then hook it onto it. Then we just hook this into it. So now, if it does ever fall, it won't fall on our heads. Oh, that's alright, we're at least. Take this off here for a second. Let's take those screws up. See how that works? There. Let me tighten those screws to the bracket because I didn't have it very tight. I'm going to pinch this closed. There we go. Just enough so it can't get out. Okay, so we're going to connect the wires. I'm going to cut those lead wires. They're too long. I mean, they're like, I think they said 54 inches. So I'm going to cut them to maybe about 12 inches like the manual says, and then they'll be easy to wrap up into the box up there. So basically you got to connect the black and the blue together and then connect it to the black and the house power, the white to the white of the house power, and then the green ones go to the ground. So the 2 greens are going to go together, and then they're going to go onto the ground. And the ground is just a copper wire. I'm really not stripped very far. And like they said, the blue and the black go together and then get connected to the black of the house power. And the white to the white. I like to give the wires a little tug to make sure they don't come out, especially the power wires. Then I'll wrap them in the power wire, the ground wire, wrap it in the black tape. Okay, So with not so much wire, you can then you're able to force everything up into the housing out of the way, nice and neat. Now we're going to put this piece back on. And this fell out. And then this little plastic ring just fits on, and you turn it clockwise, it says, to lock it back in place. So. There we go. So that's the basic assembly of the fan. Next is just the blade to put the blades on. Looks pretty good. Going to be able to clear everything, so we'll set up the blades. I'll just do one and then I'll show you the end product. Okay, so for the blades, you got walnut or you got black, so whatever you prefer. We're going to put black. In the bracket, simple, with 3 little holes. There are 3 little knobs go into the 3 holes, the side that you want facing. So this is the side we're going to use, the black side. And then you simply put 3 screws in the back that are provided. There we go. So the next step, I'm just gonna mount one to show you, and then I'll show you the end product. So how they go up, you can see on the end that little nip protrusion. While up in the fan, you can see the protrusions are right there. So basically, they just line up inside there. Sorry, and then you tighten the screws up. So you can actually see the grooves, and the thing should just fit right into the grooves. Okay guys, that's it. So I get the last blades on, turn the power back on, and I bought a longer cord for it. There it goes. So 3 speeds are reversible. So I mean that it's not that difficult to do. I mean, I give it about a 7 on the UXO handyman scale, just because a little bit of wiring. If you're going to do that, like I said, you can hire somebody. So thanks for watching. Remember to like and subscribe. If you have any comments, put them down below. And if you have any questions, the same thing. I have a couple of videos I'm going to upload. I'm going to upload this one. One I did previous was how to repair a RV crank-out window. And my next video is this: how to repair your broken sewer pipe on your RV. This happened on our last road trip, but I'll get into that more when I make the video. So stay tuned for those 3 videos that will be posted soon. Again, thank you for watching. Have a great day.